Today we're going to be looking at how to create a page within a course. Let's use the example of our Course 2, where we last time created two sub-courses, one called Page and one called Assessment. In this particular video we're going to look at the functions around a page. So here we've gone into our particular course, and let's go to the page content, and if you recall correctly, it created a default page automatically. What we normally do, just practically, is that we find that people like to develop content in a Word document. So I'm going to go and bring up a Word document that has got the content that's being created around how to edit a particular page. Just looking at the way that this content has been edited, there's one section called Page and another section called Page Editor. So if we go back to our to Gate Mobile again, let's call this particular page, the first page, it's under a heading called Page Content. So let's call this one Introduction. So we change it from default page and we save it, and we create another page, and let's just go back to our Word document and we're going to call that Page Editor. Great. Now Page Editor went to the top, defaults to the top, but we can drag it into its proper place. Now we could go into either of these pages, but let's first of all go into the introduction. Now here we've actually got the page, so we can go, and again the pencil on the right hand side here would be indicating our editing function, and you'll notice that there's something that comes up at the top, which is the editor functions. This is commonly known as the CK editor, and as we go through we'll be looking at various of these functions, but we're not going to be looking at all of them. Firstly, now if we go back to our Word document, here we've actually got the Word document. It starts off with Page and we've got two pages, so up until here looks like a good section of work to be covering. So let's go and Control C to copy it into memory, and then go back to our function, and you'll see there's actually some different ways of pasting. These pasting differences are the way that it brings in the main characters that you get within Word, and normally if you actually just use the one that says Word and Control V, it will paste it quite nicely into the document. The one thing that it won't paste in is images. So here there's an image that hasn't been pasted in, but the rest of it has been pasted in moderately well. So generally what I like to do is go and standardize on a 16 font, but that's totally up to you. And then the header we generally put in as 24, and let's put it in there. Now instead of calling it page, how about calling it Page Content Editing? And here we've got the text that has been worked on. We can always send it through to a person for a final check once it's been done, and we need to then insert the image. To insert the image, let's go back to our Word document and copy that image. Now what I generally do is I use a program called paint.net. Let's pull that into the view that we've got. And I'm just going to paste in that particular file, Control V to paste it. Let's try that again. Control C to get that into my memory. Control V to paste it over here. And now just go in, crop that, and save it. Save as, and I can go save it as page image 1. Great, so I've saved it onto my local computer, and then I can go back into Gate Mobile, and there's the little button called image, and I can go and upload that file, and it should be page image 1. There we go, and send it to my server. We can resize it. I would just recommend that you always make sure that it's not bigger than you want, otherwise it just takes up bandwidth when people download it. Generally, I like to look at images around about 150k maximum. There we go. So now it's inserted. We can go and right align, left align, whatever else we like. And then also down the bottom here, I just saw the word CK editor and I thought, let's put that in bold. We've got various other functions that we can do. We've actually got a MathML function, which we won't be using today. But I would just suggest that you play around and have fun using the various features that we've got here. Last important thing is to save the file before we go out. So there we have it. We've saved that file. Great. I think that's the basics of how to create an editor page, and we'll do more about questions in the next video. See you then.